Peace, familia. Welcome to Papoetic. I'm your host, Juan Papo Santiago, aka Papo Swiggity. It's the middle of December 2025, and I've been looking for poems that reflected the season. So I find a lot of faith poems. I find a lot of poems about folks that want to go back home to visit their families during this time. But I thought that I'd look at something different today. And I found this piece by Hieu, Nguyen, a Vietnamese American poet based out of Minneapolis. It's called It Was the Winter. ... Let's go. See the Twin Cities banner? Shout out to the Twin Cities, Minnesota and St. Paul. They're separated by the Mississippi River. Mississippi.
It was the winter we learned how to properly smoke a cigarette. Or it was a spring we found Brooke Parker's dog Mango after all the snow had melted. We decided that this neighborhood was too cement, too metal. There was too much gravel collecting inside the soles of our shoes. Sometimes we would shake our sneakers and pretend they were maracas. Sometimes we were somewhere exotic. After Daniel's funeral, we made a papier-mâché piñata out of the leftover programs. We filled it with dandelion seeds and tried to beat the wishes out of them. I think we were 9. I could be lying, but I distinctly remember you losing your last 3 baby teeth after your dad bounced your face off of the garage door. Maybe it was just a very vivid dream. Nostalgia forgets to visit this street. It is too busy with tree houses and rope swings. It doesn't have time for all of this gray. All of my favorite memories have been the ones away from home. I think it was a summer I broke my wrist, or maybe it was the summer your mom started selling little bags out of your basement. Or maybe it was the summer of both. When we filled our backpacks with cereal and ran away to the playground 3 miles from home. I think we biked, or walked, or maybe it was the summer you stole your parents' bright green Buick. We arrived at that sandbox and ran to the swing set out of habit. There was no rust here. I didn't believe I was swinging because I couldn't feel the scrape above my head. I couldn't feel the buzz of a saw blade. This land was too porcelain. In that foreign America, they must consider the dandelion a weed and not a bouquet of potential. I remember listening to the other children's voices as their porch lights beckoned them home for supper, ditching their mosquito halos by the tire swing. How they sounded like children, how they laughed and jumped and sang like children.
If I could surface a thing that I'm seeing here is that there are immovable and inflexible parts of the environment, right? Cement, metal, porcelain, hard and dangerous surfaces that reflect a hard and dangerous childhood. Even the parents here are carriers of that spreading danger. And I think what he was saying is that it's a systemic thing from the environment. To his friend, losing your last 3 baby teeth after your dad bounced your face off the garage door. Your mom started selling little bags out of your basement. Sounds like drugs, right? This particular theme of the poem is how people in place become one thing that hurts. Another theme related to this that's represented mostly by the dandelion, the magic of it, how it grants wishes. We could extend that metaphor out to creativity and open mindedness. There's so many examples of it too, like how they shook their shoes with the gravel in it so that they sound like maracas, and how they made paper mache pinatas out of funeral programs and then filled them with dandelion seeds to beat the wishes out of them. And with that particular line, I did wonder if even the creativity and the open mindedness of these children in this neighborhood were affected by the violence that they were surrounded by. Lastly, right, Hugh and his friend tried to escape this place twice, but they really only get as far as the playground. Because for me, the playground is the closest thing and the most accessible place where they could be themselves. For Hugh, it could be that he was the son of immigrants. It could be that he was queer in a Midwest town. It could be that there were working class children in a neighborhood that didn't have much to offer, they felt. Or it could be just that there were kids trapped in a place where they felt that they weren't allowed to be kids, a place that they would not want to return to for the holidays or like ever. This poem is less about remembering what childhood was with his best friend and more about maybe becoming an adult and realizing later on what childhood was supposed to feel like and how that comes back to you later on in life. And I feel like a lot of us can resonate with that story, that message. There is so much rich language in this poem and so many directions you can take it. I look at it like I give you three themes that you can expound on and create your own reactions to if you wish. And always remember that this is just one poet's reaction to one poem. I always encourage you to create your own. Thank you for listening to me. Happy holidays and Merry Festivus for the rest of us. Elevación.